The Great Sphinx of Giza is one of the most enigmatic and awe-inspiring monuments of the ancient world. This colossal limestone statue, with the body of a lion and the head of a pharaoh, has stood guard over the Giza Plateau for thousands of years. But despite centuries of study, many mysteries remain unsolved. From its true age and purpose to hidden chambers and lost civilizations, the Sphinx continues to captivate historians, archaeologists, and conspiracy theorists alike. Could this ancient guardian still be hiding secrets beneath the sands of Egypt? Who built the Great Sphinx? One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the Great Sphinx is its true origin. Most mainstream Egyptologists believe that the Sphinx was built during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre around 2500 BCE as part of his pyramid complex. They argue that the face of the Sphinx resembles known statues of Khafre, suggesting that he ordered its construction. However, there is no inscription or direct evidence linking the Sphinx to Khafre, leaving room for debate. Some researchers propose that the Sphinx is much older than the conventional timeline suggests. Alternative theories claim that it could have been built by a lost civilization thousands of years before the pharaohs. The erosion patterns on the Sphinx's body, particularly the vertical weathering on its sides, suggest water erosion, something that would have required heavy rainfall, which hasn't occurred in Egypt for at least 9,000 years. If this theory is true, it would completely rewrite our understanding of early civilizations and their capabilities. Could the Great Sphinx be a remnant of a forgotten advanced society? And if so, what other secrets might they have left behind? Was the Sphinx's face altered? The face of the Sphinx is another controversial topic. Some scholars argue that the original head may have looked completely different from what we see today. The current head appears disproportionately small compared to the body, leading to speculation that it may have been recarved at some point in history. One theory suggests that the Sphinx originally had the head of a lion, which was later reshaped into a human face by the ancient Egyptians. This idea aligns with the belief that the monument predates Khafre's reign. If the Sphinx was originally built by an older civilization, the Egyptians may have reworked it to reflect their own ruler, modifying its features to resemble a pharaoh. Some researchers claim that the facial features of the Sphinx resemble African or Nubian characteristics rather than those of Khafre. If true, this could mean that the Sphinx was built by a different culture than the one traditionally credited. Could this mean that an unknown civilization influenced ancient Egypt? And if so, why was their legacy erased? The missing nose. Accident or deliberate destruction? One of the most famous mysteries of the Great Sphinx is its missing nose. Today, the Sphinx's face appears incomplete as its nose has been broken off. The common explanation is that the nose was destroyed by Napoleonic soldiers in the 18th century, who allegedly used it for target practice. However, historical records and sketches from before Napoleon's time already show the Sphinx without its nose, proving that it was lost long before the French invasion. Other accounts suggest that Arab iconoclasts in the 14th century deliberately destroyed the nose, believing that the Sphinx was a pagan idol. Some scholars believe the damage was caused by natural erosion over centuries, but others argue that the precision of the break suggests human intervention. Interestingly, Egyptian records describe the Sphinx as having a more detailed and expressive face in ancient times. If this is true, was the nose removed to erase evidence of its original identity? Could it have provided clues about the true origins of the Sphinx? Are there hidden chambers beneath the Sphinx? For centuries, rumors have circulated that hidden tunnels and chambers lie beneath the Great Sphinx, possibly containing ancient knowledge or lost artifacts. Some legends claim that the Sphinx is the entrance to a secret underground library known as the Hall of Records, which is said to contain wisdom from the lost civilization of Atlantis. Modern technology has provided some evidence to support these theories. Ground-penetrating radar scans of the area beneath the Sphinx have revealed anomalous cavities and voids. In the 1990s, researchers detected what appeared to be a large, rectangular chamber beneath the monument's paws. Egyptian authorities, however, have restricted further excavation, fueling speculation that there is something they don't want the world to know. What could be hidden beneath the Sphinx? Is it simply natural rock formations, or does it contain a secret that could change history? Was the Sphinx a guardian of a lost civilization? The Sphinx's imposing form suggests that it was meant to serve as a guardian. But what exactly was it protecting? Some historians believe that the Sphinx was built as a symbolic protector of the Giza Plateau, keeping watch over the pyramids and temples. However, alternative theories suggest that the Sphinx was originally placed there to guard something far older than the pyramids themselves. The erosion patterns, combined with the idea of an older civilization, leads some to believe that the Sphinx was originally constructed to protect the secrets of a forgotten empire. If the Hall of Records truly exists, the Sphinx may have been designed to stand watch over ancient knowledge lost to time. What if the Sphinx is the last remaining trace of a civilization that predated Egypt? Could its presence indicate that there was once a highly advanced society that existed before history was recorded? Astronomical alignments and the Sphinx's true age. Some researchers believe that the positioning of the Sphinx holds astronomical significance. They argue that the monument was originally aligned to face the constellation of Leo, which represents a lion. According to this theory, the Sphinx was built around 10,500 BCE, when Leo rose directly in front of it during the spring equinox. If this theory is correct, it would mean that the Sphinx predates the traditional timeline by thousands of years. The alignment theory suggests that the ancient builders may have had knowledge of astronomy far beyond what we previously believed possible. Could the Sphinx be an astronomical marker created by a lost civilization with an advanced understanding of the stars? And if so, what purpose did it serve? The Sphinx's connection to the pyramids. The Great Sphinx and the pyramids of Giza share a deep, mysterious connection, but scholars still debate their exact relationship. The Sphinx is strategically positioned facing directly east towards the rising sun, while the pyramids stand behind it as if forming a sacred complex. The question is, were they built together, or was the Sphinx constructed long before the pyramids? Some Egyptologists argue that the Sphinx was built at the same time as Khufu's pyramid, serving as a guardian statue for his tomb. However, there are inconsistencies in this theory. The erosion patterns on the Sphinx differ significantly from those on the nearby pyramids, suggesting that the Sphinx could be thousands of years older than the structures behind it. Additionally, there is no clear documentation from the time of Khufu's reign mentioning the Sphinx's construction. Some alternative researchers believe the pyramids and Sphinx belong to two entirely different civilizations. They propose that the pyramids were built by the ancient Egyptians, while the Sphinx is a remnant of an older lost society. If this is true, did the Egyptians inherit the Sphinx rather than build it? And if they did, who were its original creators? Theories of water erosion, proof of a lost civilization. One of the strongest arguments for the Sphinx's extreme antiquity is the evidence of water erosion on its body. The sides of the Sphinx display deep vertical grooves and weathering patterns, which some geologists believe could only have been caused by prolonged exposure to heavy rainfall. The problem? Egypt has been an arid desert for over 5,000 years, so how could the Sphinx have been eroded by rain? Dr. Robert Schoch, a geologist from Boston University, proposed that the Sphinx was originally built before the Sahara became a desert, dating it back to at least 9,000 to 12,000 years ago. This aligns with the period of the last major wet phase in North Africa, around 10,500 BCE. If the Sphinx is indeed that old, it completely contradicts the mainstream timeline of human civilization. Could it be that an advanced pre-Egyptian society built the Sphinx thousands of years before recorded history? And if so, what happened to them? The lost beard of the Sphinx, a clue to its original appearance. Most depictions of the Sphinx today show it without a beard, but archaeological evidence suggests that it once had one. Fragments of a stone beard were discovered beneath the statue and are now housed in the British Museum. Some scholars believe this beard was added later by the Egyptians, rather than being part of the original design. This raises an interesting question. Was the Sphinx originally intended to look different? If the Sphinx was first built as a lion and later recarved into a human face, then its beard may have been an artificial addition meant to make it look more like a pharaoh. Moreover, the lack of a beard in its original form could mean that the Sphinx was never meant to represent an Egyptian ruler. Instead, it may have been a far older symbol, later modified to fit the beliefs of the Egyptian civilization. If this is true, what did the original Sphinx look like? And what was its true purpose? Did the Sphinx originally have a twin? Some historical records and ancient texts suggest that the Sphinx may not have always stood alone. There are theories that a second Sphinx once stood on the Giza plateau, either next to or facing the current Sphinx. In ancient Egyptian mythology, twin structures often represented balance and duality, a concept that was significant in their spiritual beliefs. A lost second Sphinx could explain some of the mysterious missing structures in the Giza plateau. Some researchers claim that evidence of a second Sphinx was deliberately erased from history, possibly because it was destroyed by natural disasters or even hidden by later civilizations. Ancient texts also reference the Guardian of the West, which some interpret as a lost twin of the current Sphinx. Could this second statue have once stood guard on the opposite side of the Nile? If so, what happened to it? What secrets could still be hidden? Despite centuries of study, the Great Sphinx continues to guard its secrets. The possibility of hidden chambers, lost tunnels, and ancient inscriptions beneath the structure suggests that we have only scratched the surface of its mysteries. Some believe that uncovering these secrets could rewrite history, proving that human civilization is far older and more advanced than previously believed. Egyptian authorities have historically restricted excavation and research around the Sphinx, leading to speculation that important discoveries may already have been made but are being concealed. Could the Sphinx be hiding something that would change our understanding of the ancient world? And if so, why has it remained a secret for so long? The Great Sphinx of Giza is more than just a monument. It is a symbol of mystery, power, and lost knowledge. Whether it was built by the ancient Egyptians or a forgotten civilization, its true origins remain one of history's greatest enigmas. Could it be a relic of an advanced pre-dynastic culture? Was it meant to guard the secrets of the past, or is it simply a grand monument to the pharaohs? One thing is certain, the Sphinx still has stories to tell, if only we can unlock them. Would you like me to refine any sections or add more details?